Releasing difficult emotions starts with heart consciousness, heart awareness, and desire to choose heart. When that's our key, as anger and rage and jealousy and every other emotion comes up, we use the desire to love as our guide stepping forward. In that, we create a belief and an understanding that we are not our emotion. We are not limited by the negative thoughts the emotion tells us, but in fact, we are bigger, and this is an experience we're having of a release and a healing of something deep inside of us. And as we grow, we know we're helping others release and heal, even by processing the emotions in us. On a spiritual path, we're trying to shift our attention, our sense of self, to be focused in our hearts, which are connected to our soul self, which is connected more readily to divinity. We're really just trying to create an awareness and a leadership from the position of our truer self, our heart self. And we're working to allow that heart part of us to take the leadership position and guide our personality with love and compassion and generosity and a more holistic sense of self and awareness and connection with the world at large. The ego has a very specific way of staying in charge. And the way that it stays in charge is through the emotional pain that is stored in your psyche and body and energetic body. That means that the ego keeps a memory, and that memory has created statements, and the memory and the statements house the emotional pain that you're carrying. Possibly, if you get out of line in some way, or you try to be bigger than the ego or the personality, or you want to deeply go to your heart, those are all the things that ego doesn't want us to do, because it's maintaining its sense of self and identity through these memory statements and emotional pain. So you can see how it feels threatened as we start to release those pieces of emotional pain and let go of the memories and the stories that they come with. Now, I'll give you an example. Maybe you grew up in a certain way where you felt ignored in your family. And so that made you feel small, less than, not cared about. Now you've got that memory securing the emotional pain of feeling disenfranchised, left out, lonely, disregarded, rejected. These are core pains that are very overwhelming and debilitating. Now, let's say the statements that were created around that said, "You don't matter. people don't care about you. People don't think what you have to say is very important. And let's say those 3 sentences are the 3 sentences then that the ego picks up and just starts to repeat, like a playing recording. So your job is to try to gain access to a part of your mind that you can navigate with, that you can say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to pay attention to this, I'm going to create an observer that can observe these repeated thoughts and that can observe the emotion that may be coming up with those thoughts. And I'm going to allow a healing process to happen. Now, of course, as we do that, and our ego is threatened each time, it gets a little easier each time for us to know that our conviction to grow and to heal is a powerful choice, and that we know becoming our love is the highest choice. At the same time, as I was saying before, how the pain becomes more acute, the voices become louder as we go deeper and become more sensitive and aware. But again, as long as you know this and remember this, then you will get through it. Imagine becoming patient on your path. Imagine just really practicing not getting too involved with all of the negative thoughts and memories, but just working on observation and choosing love, choosing heart.